This is the kind of story that no one saw coming, but now everyone is talking about it. People on the internet are going crazy because a woman just said something shocking about Mendeecees Harris. It sounds like she was stuck and couldn't get out. Now she's speaking out to tell everyone the truth. The big shocker is that Mendeecees hasn't said anything. There was neither a denial nor an answer. And that quiet? It's only making things worse. Fans have different opinions. Some want him to speak out right away, while others think this is just another attempt to put him down. And Yandy? Oh, you can be sure she's also involved. She's been quiet on social media, and people are already reading into it. Does she know something we don't? Or is she just waiting for the right time to react? This story is spinning out of control, and trust me, you're going to want to hear every single detail. So let's break it all down. What exactly is being said? Who is this woman? And most importantly, is there any truth to these shocking claims? The story begins with a simple post, something that, at first glance, didn't seem like much. But as soon as it hit the internet, it was as though a fire had been lit. This woman, whose identity was originally kept under wraps, claimed that she had been involved in a situation with Mendeecees Harris that left her feeling completely trapped. She described the entire experience as one she never saw coming and something that had haunted her for years. But why now? Why speak out after all this time? These were the things fans were asking the moment the story broke. In her account, she claimed that Mendeecees had been a charming, influential character when they first met. He was well known for his ties to the entertainment industry and his role in Love and Hip Hop, and that status reportedly made him even more charismatic. At first, everything seemed normal, she said. He was polite, kind, nothing about him seemed off. But things took a dark turn when she started to feel like something was wrong. According to her, the more she tried to pull away, the more controlling Mendeecees became. He wouldn't let me leave, she claimed. It was like the walls were closing in and there was no escape. She said she tried several times to walk away, but each time, Mendeecees would find a way to reel her back in, manipulating the situation so she felt like she had no choice but to stay. I didn't want to be there, she said. I didn't feel safe, but every time I tried to get out, he reminded me of how much control he had. As the woman shared more details, the story became even more chilling. She described moments where she felt totally powerless, saying that Mendeecees would corner her emotionally, making it seem like there was no other way but to do what he wanted. It was like he had total control over me, and I couldn't breathe, she said, clearly shaken as she recounted the details. He made me feel like if I didn't listen to him, something terrible would happen. By now, the internet was buzzing with theories and speculation. Fans of Mendeecees were caught totally off guard. This was not the man they knew from reality TV. Mendeecees, known for his calm attitude and family-focused life on screen, couldn't possibly be capable of such a thing, could he? Many fans came to his defense, saying that this was just another case of someone trying to tear down a celebrity. This can't be real, one user wrote. Mendeecees would never do something like this. I don't believe it for a second. But there were just as many people who were starting to question what they thought they knew about Mendeecees. Some pointed out that, while he looked to be a loving father and husband on TV, there was always a chance that there was more to him behind the scenes. We only see what they want us to see on TV, one skeptical watcher said. Who knows what he's really like when the cameras aren't rolling? As the woman's story continued to gain traction, more people began to dig into Mendeecees' past. Some started to notice trends in his behavior that could have been red flags, but they had gone unnoticed at the time. He's always been smooth, always been able to talk his way out of anything, one reviewer noted. Maybe this time, his charm won't save him. While the woman had yet to reveal all the details of her encounter with Mendeecees, the weight of her accusations was enough to make headlines. She claimed that the night in question was something she would never forget, saying that she had been totally blindsided by how quickly things escalated. It started off so normal, she said, but within minutes, everything changed and I was trapped. Her words painted a picture of fear and helplessness, something that fans had never associated with Mendeecees before. She described the encounter as a moment where she felt totally powerless, unable to make any decisions for herself. "I was frozen," she said. "I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to get out of that position. It was like he had total power, and I was just there." The accusations were shocking, and as more people began to weigh in, the pressure mounted for Mendeecees to respond. Fans were expecting answers, and the longer he stayed silent, the more people began to question whether or not the accusations could be true. His silence was seen by some as a sign of guilt, while others thought he was simply biding his time before clearing his name. As the story gained steam, it became clear that this wasn't going to be something that just blew over. People were hungry for information, and the more they talked about it, the more the story seemed to spiral out of control. Speculation was rampant, with theories ranging from this being a total fabrication to a deeper, darker secret that Mendeecees had been hiding for years. The woman, for her part, didn't seem interested in recognition. She wasn't seeking fame or fortune. She just wanted to tell her story and warn others about the kind of man she claimed Mendeecees to be. "I'm not doing this for me," she said. "I'm doing this because people need to know the truth. They need to know who he really is." But was there more to her story? As people began to pick apart her claims, they started to notice errors. Some wondered if she had ulterior motives, while others felt that her story was completely fabricated from the start. "There's just something off about her," one viewer noted. "I don't know if I believe her." And yet, despite the doubts, the story was already out there. The damage had been done, and now all eyes were on Mendeecees. What would he say? Would he deny everything and fight back, or would the weight of the charges be too much for him to handle? As the first part of the story came to a close, one thing was clear: this was just the beginning. The woman's claims had opened a Pandora's box, and no matter what happened next, Mendeecees' life would never be the same. As the claims against Mendeecees spread like wildfire, social media turned into a war zone. People were divided. Some believed the claims quickly, while others thought it was another attempt to take down a successful black man. But one thing was clear: the world wanted answers, and Mendeecees' silence? That was only making things worse. Hours passed, then a full day, then two, still no word from him. And in the fast-moving world of social media, silence isn't just suspicious, it's damaging. The internet was buzzing with speculation, theories, and heated arguments. Fans wanted answers. Some questioned why he wasn't quickly denying it if the accusations were false. Others thought he was taking his time to craft the perfect response. But there was one person who wasn't staying quiet at all: the woman who had come forward. In an exclusive interview, she shared chilling details of her alleged experience with Mendeecees. She claimed that everything started out fine, that he was charming and made her feel relaxed. But then, she said, everything changed. According to her, Mendeecees became possessive, controlling, and finally, things took a dark turn. She described how he allegedly trapped her in a position where she felt powerless, unable to leave. At first, she was afraid to speak out. "I knew who he was. I knew what kind of power he had," she said with a trembling voice. "But I couldn't keep this to myself anymore. I couldn't let him do this to anyone else." The public was in shock. The way she described it, her fear, the way she felt trapped, it struck a chord with many people. But then, the situation took another dramatic turn. Another woman came forward. This time, someone totally unrelated to the first woman, yet her story was eerily similar. "When I saw her interview, I knew I couldn't stay silent anymore," she said. "He made me feel the same way, like I had no way out. This changed everything." One claim could be dismissed as a misunderstanding, but two, with the same unsettling details, the internet exploded. The phrase #WhereIsMendeecees started trending, with people demanding he speak out. Others began digging up old clips, past interviews, and social media posts, looking for any clues that could confirm or disprove these claims. Finally, after days of silence, Mendeecees broke his silence, but his answer shocked everyone. Instead of a statement, he shared a cryptic video on Instagram. No words, no captions. Just him looking into the camera while Drake's Fake Love played in the background. The internet went into a rage. What was he trying to say? Was he calling the women liars? Was he mocking the situation? Or was he saying that even his closest friends had turned against him? The responses were immediate and intense. "That's not a denial," one person tweeted. "If he was innocent, why wouldn't he just say it?" Others believed this was his way of sending a message that he was being set up. "He's saying everyone around him is fake," one fan claimed. "Y'all don't see the bigger picture." Then, in another unexpected twist, Yandy finally spoke out. But her answer wasn't what people expected. She didn't post a long statement supporting her husband. She didn't go live to clear the air. Instead, she shared a simple black screen with white text. "There are two sides to every story." That was it. Fans were left stunned. What did she mean? Was she standing by Mendeecees, or was she quietly distancing herself from him? Was she saying that the accusations were false, or was she acknowledging that something had happened, but there was more to the story? No one knew what to think, and that doubt only added fuel to the fire. Then, just when it seemed like the situation couldn't get any more confusing, a leaked text message changed everything. A screenshot started circulating online, allegedly from one of the victims. In the message, she was seen writing a friend saying, "I told you this was gonna work. Now we just wait for the money to come in." The internet went wild. If this message was real, it meant the entire story could have been a setup. Mendeecees supporters instantly went on the attack. "This was never about justice, it was about money," one person wrote. "They saw an opportunity and took it. He's being played." Others called for the women to be held accountable. If this is fake, they need to be exposed. False charges ruin lives, but not everyone was convinced. Some questioned the accuracy of the text message. "How do we even know this is real? It could have been edited," one person commented. "This whole thing feels like a PR move to save his career." And then, in a jaw-dropping moment, one of the accusers spoke out again. "I never sent that text," she claimed. She insisted that the screenshot was totally fake, a desperate attempt by Mendeecees' team to discredit her. "They're trying to destroy my reputation," she said. "They'll do anything to silence me." The drama had now hit its peak. Was Mendeecees truly being set up? Or were these women sharing the truth and now being painted as liars? The internet was split like never before. But just when everyone thought they had seen it all, another unexpected person came forward. And this time, it wasn't a supposed victim. It was someone from inside Mendeecees' own group. Someone who knew him personally, had worked with him for years, and had seen things most people hadn't. And what they had to say would change everything. The internet was already in chaos, but when a former associate of Mendeecees came forward, everything hit a whole new level. This wasn't just some random person seeking attention. This was someone who had been part of Mendeecees' inner group for years, and the things they had to say, absolutely shocking. The anonymous source, who claimed to be a former business partner, dropped a bombshell in a tell-all interview. "People don't know the real Mendeecees," they began. "The public sees a family man, a businessman, a reality star. But behind the scenes, it's a different story." The interviewer pressed for details. "What do you mean by that?" The source sighed. "He's controlling. He manipulates events to always work in his favor. And when things don't go his way, he does whatever it takes to quiet people." That last part immediately caught everyone's attention. Was this person saying that Mendeecees had done something to these women to keep them quiet? The interviewer didn't hold back. "Are you saying that the accusations against him could be true?" The source hesitated. "Look, I can't say for sure what happened between him and those women. But what I can say is that I've seen him cross lines before. I've seen him get violent when he doesn't get what he wants. I've seen him use his power to make problems disappear." This revelation was massive. It wasn't just a claim anymore. This was someone from his own past, someone who knew him personally, adding fuel to the fire. Social media exploded again. "You all still defending him after this? Come on now," one person tweeted. If even his own people are speaking out, you know it's bad, another added. But Mendeecees fans weren't backing down. This is just a smear campaign, one fan claimed. They're divvying up anyone to speak against him now. While the internet debated, Mendeecees was still silent. At this point, fans expected him to say something, anything, but all they got was another vague post. This time, it was a simple quote, "The loudest one in the room is the weakest one in the room." The comments went crazy. What is this even supposed to mean? So he's calling everyone weak for speaking out. That's not a good look. This is not the reaction of an innocent man. Meanwhile, the alleged victims weren't done speaking out. One of the women gave another interview, doubling down on her claims. And this time, she had receipts. She pulled out old messages between her and Mendeecees, showing conversations where he reportedly pressured her, controlled her, and made her feel trapped. She scrolled through them, showing the timestamps. You see this? This is how it started. He made it seem like he cared, but then he got more and more hostile. She continued, and this is when I finally stood up for myself. Look at how he responds. She showed a message where she told him she wasn't comfortable anymore. His response? Cold, dismissive, almost scary. The internet lost it. People analyzed every single message, looking for hints. Some thought the screenshots proved everything. Others claimed they could have been faked. And then, things got even worse. One of Mendeecees' old exes came out of nowhere with a shocking comment. She claimed that during their relationship, he had also been controlling and violent. I never spoke on it before because I didn't want the drama, she wrote in a now viral post. But after hearing these women's stories, I can't stay silent anymore. This was a game changer. The media ran with it. Headlines everywhere. More women speak out against Mendeecees. Mendeecees faces backlash as more allegations surface. At this point, even celebrities started responding. Some separated themselves, unfollowing him on social media. Others spoke out, saying they believed the women. A few even suggested that Mendeecees needed to be held responsible. It seemed like his career was spinning out of control. But just when it looked like there was no way out, Mendeecees finally replied, and his answer changed everything. In a shocking live interview, Mendeecees sat down with a well-known writer to clear his name. The interview started off tense. The writer didn't waste time. People want answers. Did you do what these women are accusing you of? Mendeecees shook his head. Absolutely not. He leaned forward, looking directly into the camera. I want to make one thing clear. I have never done anything like this. These accusations, they're completely false. But the writer wasn't letting him off easy. Then why do you think these women are coming forward? Why would they lie? Mendeecees sighed. I don't know. Maybe it's for attention. Maybe it's for money. Maybe someone is putting them up to it. All I know is that these claims are not true. He continued, and as for that so-called friend who spoke out, that's just someone looking for power. Someone who's mad because they're no longer in my group. The journalist pressed harder. What about the messages? The screenshots? The supposed proof? Mendeecees shook his head. People can fake anything these days. I don't know where those came from, but they're not real. The internet wasn't buying it. Look at his body language. He's wrong. This man just denied everything without any real reason. Where's the actual proof that these women are lying? At the same time, Mendeecees supporters were rallying behind him. Y'all really gonna believe random screenshots over a man's actual words? But the damage was done. Even with his denial, the issue wasn't going away. Then, in the most unexpected move yet, a secret recording leaked. And this recording was about to turn the entire situation upside down. The internet was on fire. Everyone was talking about the leaked recording, a recording that seemed to capture Mendeecees in a chat he never wanted the world to hear. The clip was just over 3 minutes long, but those 3 minutes were powerful. It started with the woman's voice, nervous, shaky, but determined. You know what you did to me, she said, And now you're acting like it never happened. Mendeecees' voice came next. Calm but guarded. I don't know what you're talking about, he said. You need to stop this before it gets out of hand. The woman didn't back down. I begged you to stop that night. I told you I wasn't happy. You didn't listen. And then, after a long pause, Mendeecees said something that sent shockwaves across social media. You were acting like you wanted it. Now you're changing the story. Boom, the internet exploded. Did he just admit it? Bro just buried himself. He should stay quiet. This is crazy. There's no coming back from this. But just when people thought things couldn't get any crazier, another woman dropped a bombshell. She came forward with a second recording. And this one was even worse. This time, Mendeecees was reportedly heard offering money to make the situation go away. I'll take care of you, his voice said. I'll make sure you're straight. Just stop talking about this. The woman in the clip sounded disgusted. So you think you can pay me off? You think this is just about money? Again, there was silence. Then Mendeecees' voice came back, this time cooler. I'm trying to help you. But if you want to play this game, just know, I got lawyers, I got ties. You really want to go against me? That wasn't it. This was no longer just a scandal. This was something way bigger. The industry turned against him. Fast. Brands that had worked with him. Gone. Business deals? Dropped. Reality TV connections? Cut off. Even his own friends in the showbiz world started distancing themselves. But the real shock came when Yandy, his wife, finally spoke out. She went live on Instagram, looking exhausted, hurt, and totally drained. I don't know what to say, she revealed. I've been with this man for years. I supported him. I stood by him. But these recordings, these accusations, I can't ignore them. She took a deep breath. I need time to figure things out. But for now, I'm stepping away. Stepping away. The internet lost it. Yandy leaving him? Yo, even Yandy knows it's over for him. She was ride or die for this man. If she's out, you know it's bad. And then, out of nowhere, Mendeecees disappeared. No new posts, no statements, nothing. Silence. People started speculating. Was he hiding? Was he meeting with lawyers? Was he planning a comeback? Nobody knew. But then, another twist. A new lawsuit was made against Mendeecees. The first woman who accused him, she wasn't done. She was taking him to court. And then, in a wild turn of events, a third woman came forward. This woman claimed she had records. She posted screenshots of DMs supposedly from Mendeecees. In the text, he was begging her to delete something. I'll do whatever it takes to fix this. One message read, just please don't go public with it. Fans were stunned. At this point, even Mendeecees' biggest fans were backing away. Bro, there's too much evidence now. There's no way all these women are lying. This is R. Kelly all over again. And then, the final bomb me. A video surfaced. It was security film from a hotel lobby. In the clip, Mendeecees was seen fighting with the woman. She looked clearly upset. At one point, she tried to walk away. Mendeecees grabbed her wrist. The internet exploded. Is this real? This man is done. I don't see him coming back from this. And just like that, his kingdom was crumbling. Reality TV? Over. Business ventures? Ruined. Reputation? Destroyed. And the worst part, he had no one left to defend him. Even celebs started speaking out. People who had once called him a friend were now saying they never really knew him. And then, the final nail in the coffin. Mendeecees finally broke his silence. He shared a long message on Instagram. It read, "This has been the hardest time of my life. I have never hurt anyone and I will fight to clear my name. The truth will come out." But no one believed him. The comments were brutal. Too late for that, bro. Not you pulling the innocent card now. If you were innocent, you wouldn't be this quiet for so long. So what happens next? Will Mendeecees fight back? Will the lawsuits kill him? Will Yandy finally leave him? One thing's for sure, this story is far from over. And as always, we'll be right here giving you every update as it happens. So make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on the latest action. And let us know in the comments, do you think Mendeecees is guilty? Or is this all just one big setup? And that's where things stand right now. A scandal so explosive that it has left fans, the industry, and even Mendeecees' closest friends completely shaken. But the biggest question remains, what happens next? Will Mendeecees finally break his silence and defend himself? Will more women come forward with even more shocking allegations? And what about Yandy? Will she officially walk away, or will she stand by his side? There are so many unanswered questions, and believe us, this story is far from over. If you've been watching this drama as closely as we have, then make sure you're locked in for every update. Hit that like button if you think the truth needs to come out. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any breaking events. Turn on alerts because, at this point, anything could happen next. And we want to hear from you. What do you think? Is Mendeecees hiding something, or is he being falsely accused? Do you believe the women coming forward, or do you think there's another side to this story? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's talk about it. This is Gossip Vibing, giving you the latest, the most shocking, and the most talked about stories in entertainment. Stay tuned, because trust us, this is just the beginning.